Hello, Yoga Ball Dressage Riders. This is Shemaine. I'm back with our final installment of the Riders Training Pyramid. Finally, Chloe, my pig, she's coming over to say hi. We always have to have one cameo appearance by an animal. Anyway, we recently moved, and that has just totally messed with my schedule, and I've just finally gotten my bearings back and ready to get back on YouTube and back on the yoga ball. And so just a refresher on the Riders Training Pyramid, what we've discussed is flexibility, core engagement, and rider's position and posture, and muscular stamina. And now the last two steps are riding with relaxation, focus, and intent is the last step. So that would be comparable to reaching collection on the horse's training pyramid of work and dressage. So anyway, so if we have the flexibility in our body, then we can move with the horse however the horse, moves. And if you have a horse with a big trot, you need more core engagement. So you need to be able to lift this ball up when you sit the trot and flex your hips forward under you. And then that allows you to sit that trot much more easily. So with the flexibility, you can move those hips the way you need to. And with the core engagement, you have the strength to pull your hips up under you as much as you need to or desire. And then if you have your position right, and you are always in your neutral position, so your spine is relatively straight, your legs hang down straight down into the stirrups, not a super long stirrup, I mean that, but just so that your legs hang down and your ankles are able to be used as shock absorbers. I don't know if you can see my ankles going up and down right here, but I want my ankles to be able to be flexible in the stirrup, and therefore they allow my hips to move underneath me. So when my knees and my hips go forward, then my ankles allow that movement, and that's what I mean by flexibility in my ankles. So if we have the flexibility, the core engagement, the position, then it's just a matter of working on your muscular stamina until you're strong enough and have enough stamina to ride the amount of minutes that you would like to ride to achieve the desired feeling in the saddle that you're looking for, which hopefully is awesome. So mostly what I'm going to do today is talk to you through videos that I've done of riding one of my horses in training. And his name is Rocky, and his show name is Rodarte, and he has been quite successful in the show ring, training level, first level, second level. This past fall, I showed him in St. George for his very first time, and in the next week or two, I'm going to show him Intermediate 1 for the first time. And he has just really excelled in this past year in his training. He was second level, third place, I believe, second level in USDF last season, and then this coming season, this past fall, he did St. George, and now I won. So he's just really accelerated in his training just because it's become simple for him. So it's really fun to play with that and get to that point. So, by following the horse's training pyramid, we've been able to achieve that level of success with him. So I think the sky's the limit. And anyway, so you'll see how his trot has developed into a very suspended trot and very dynamic trot, and how I am able to ride that. And I probably could do a little better, to be honest, on that. I probably need to take my own advice just a touch more and work my own core engagement a little bit better to keep up with the horse now, because he's accelerating so fast. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy my commentary on the video, and hopefully you can see and maybe feel through me what you would like to feel when you're riding your horse. So we'll catch you a little bit later. Thank you so much. So this is Rocky doing his fancy trot. I have to really pull my core up and lift my hips to ride this trot. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of stamina. The shoulder in there, I'm turning my body, half pass. I'm bringing my outside leg back to ask for the horse to move to the right there. He's on my outside rein. Do a little half halt here. Another half pass. And you can see how my legs, they move with him. And it's okay that my legs move with him on and off a little bit, because that's how my body moves with the horse to sit the trot. So don't feel like you have to be completely still to be a quiet rider. You have to move in harmony with the horse to be a quiet rider. That's really what makes a rider a quiet rider, in my opinion, is one that moves in harmony with the horse. And that is the challenge. And that is why we talk about riding with relaxation. Because if you don't ride with relaxation, because you don't have the flexibility or the core engagement or the stamina to continue to ride in that way, then the horse becomes tense. And that's when everything starts to get choppy and you bounce because you're tense as well. So that is, what I'm trying to show you here in the canter. My hips move with the horse. My body undulates. When his back lifts, my body lifts a little bit. I have to lift my hips a little bit more with my pelvis up towards my chest slightly, up the pommel of the saddle, in order to allow the movement. Sometimes create, though, by lifting my pelvis, I'm allowing his withers to come up in each stride that way. So sometimes you have to think of, there's like a little air cushion between your seat and the saddle. And then that is when you are pulling your pelvis up to the point where the horse can move more fluidly into that space that you create. That is your air cushion, so to speak. That's the way I like to think of it. I'm always allowing that horse to lift its back. I'm allowing the horse with my elbows in the canter to reach forward into the bit. You can see he's very light in the mouth, and so I don't need to do big rein aids. And that in the pirouette, you have to make everything smaller with your body so that the horse makes smaller strides, and then allow again into the regular collected canter, and then make those hips move smaller strides so that he can create the sideways motion of the canter pirouette. And then we get ready to do a flying change again, and there you have it. By shifting my weight into the new inside seat bone and stirrup, I was able to tell him to shift his weight into that space. And now we have the 3-time changes, and in that way I have to be able to get ready for them a little sooner each time to help him reach into that new lead. And so here we'll do the 2s, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. The 2s he's recently learned. And then we tried to do a couple 1s. I hope this commentary has helped you see and feel through my body some of the ways that you can ride with more relaxation.